back, everybody. I'm Matt.
I'm Jimmy.
We are two average guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
We're coming with you with a special show today. We have a giveaway that we're going to talk about here in just a second. And we're going to talk about new coaches as well. We got a couple new coaches announced. So I'm really excited to share that with you and tell you what we got going. First of all, let me get this shared.
First of all, we have a new helmet, if you haven't noticed.
We do. We needed a new one because our old one is getting too filled up.
Yeah, Johnny Rogers kind of signed the rest of the space left.
Yes. So, which is
in the middle of others as well.
Yeah. So over other names.
Typical Johnny.
Anyways, so we are excited to bring you this giveaway today. Pipeline Jerky. Pipeline Jerky started about maybe 40 days ago, so they've only been around for a short amount of time. But we want to do a giveaway, so they reached out to us. We told them, yeah, we'll partner with you. So here's what we got. They have honey barbecue, pipeline jerky,
peppercorn.
Peppercorn. Now they are partnering. They're doing an NIL deal with our offensive line. We know our offensive line can use all the help.
With the NE in the middle.
All the help they need.
Yes.
So
give this a go here.
Give them some jerky, and hopefully that helps their production on the line. There is no other NIL deal out there like this. Pipeline Jerky is the first one to bring you an opportunity to give back to our offensive line, get some of that money that they make on the jerky goes towards these guys as well on our offensive line. So, really want to say thank you to Pipeline Jerky for your NIL deal. To me, this is a game breaker.
Yeah, it's absolutely a game changer.
I'm not a huge jerky fan, and this is the best jerky I've ever had in my life.
I like jerky, like we said. It's like a road trip thing. Like you buy a bag of jerky and like you eat like 3 of them, and you're like, oh wow, the bag's gone. This is deep. Let's see.
There's a lot of jerky in here. I mean,
oh my gosh, it's so tender.
If you go buy like Jack Link's beef jerky,
this is better.
And this is nothing compared to that. It's not dry.
Oh my gosh, it's so tender and so moist.
It's not hard.
Yes, I said moist.
Tender and moist, but it truly is. Like, this is so good. And their website is pipeline-jerky.com. Lots of great deals on there. And I mean, this is just incredible. And if you haven't discovered it yet,
sorry, I'm gonna be eating it the whole show.
And
yeah, she might want some too.
Yeah, if you haven't discovered it yet, discover it now, because I mean, my wife slammed a whole pack of this within like 30 minutes of getting the package in the mail. So, and she loves jerky.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
She made a whole thing of peppercorn.
Wow.
Yeah, peppercorn and honey barbecue. Both of them, absolutely delicious.
I don't know, that honey barbecue, it's really
Jim's
good.
just smacking his lips over here.
Sorry.
He's really enjoying this that peppercorn.
It's that good. I mean, I'm not just trying to give him a good shout out. It's that good.
If I didn't like it, you guys would know. But I might eat this whole pack just while sitting here.
I might eat the full pack during the show.
During the show.
Sorry if you can't understand me.
But it is so good. So if you have not bought any Pipeline Jerky, you're gonna want it now. But you also have a chance to win in our giveaway.
Yes, you do.
Partnering with Pipeline Jerky. Thank you guys for reaching out and allowing us to do this giveaway with you. Very excited to promote it. We'll continue to promote it. We'll continue eating it because it's delicious.
Oh my gosh, it's good.
And we're getting some of my money. But to win, you're going to see a post come up at about 1:30 today. On that post, you're going to want to comment on the post.
Yes.
You're going to want to follow Two Average Guys on Instagram and or Facebook, preferably both.
And if you haven't, why haven't you?
Very true. You're also going to want to follow Pipeline Jerky on Facebook and or Instagram, but you're better off doing both because we know you all have the social media apps. You got both of them. We know it. So follow them on both. Follow us. Like and comment on the post. Again, this video, you can comment all you want. But we want you to comment on that post for the Pipeline Jerky giveaway. Again, very excited to partner with these guys. Just absolutely, absolutely delicious.
It's just fun. And it's, you know, the heart and soul in Nebraska football should be or at least used to be, and hopefully soon will be,
Yep.
the offensive line. And
Which
so
is why
to partner, and yeah, I know I didn't wear my shirt.
I wanted to
today,
wear my. We rarely wear the same Husker stuff back-to-back weeks. I wore the
Yeah.
rule of the trenches again because it is pipeline jerky.
It is.
We got to win up front, and we got to win the battles. We got to push the other team. So we haven't seen it in a while. So very excited about this.
It's a cool bag. Like I said, it's a lot more than your typical bag of jerky. And I mean, I know you can order it online. It might kind of seem expensive, but it's really not. If you break it down, it's really not. I mean, you can get it, especially if you get it in multiple packs. You know, you can get a T-shirt mixed in there too. It's just a cool idea. It's fun.
And brilliant by them getting open before Black Friday and Thanksgiving. And then also, really nice of them to have some like packs together. So you're not just buying jerky, just buying a T-shirt. You can buy a whole pack of it together. You can get a T-shirt, you can get some koozies, you can get some beef jerky.
Oh yeah, and we didn't get koozies. I want some koozies.
Stickers, you get a sticker pack. So you guys have options, and this is a great locally owned beef jerky company that you are not going to taste any other beef jerky as good as I'm having right now. This is.
And I really hope that they can get like a showroom or at least a storefront of some kind that you can just go and kind of grab and go at some point. But even if they don't, it's so quick and so easy to order it online. So
I mean, this business, I'm telling you guys, those of you over at Pipeline Jerky, everybody that's making the jerky to whoever started this, you guys are killing it. I've never had beef jerky this good. Pork jerky. It's not beef. Pork jerky. Maybe that's why it's a little bit better too. It's pork, not beef.
well, I mean the bag says beef, but
This is pork.
oh, this one says beef.
Okay, so our pork jerky is the honey
I
barbecue.
actually think the pork jerky is better.
Either way, they're both so good. Pork jerky, beef jerky, you got your option. They're both delicious. Peppercorn is the beef. Honey barbecue is the pork. So definitely do this.
Definitely try it. Like you will not be disappointed.
Sheila, you're gonna see a post at 1:30 today on Cornhusker Nation. You're also gonna see it on Two Average Guys. But what you want to do is you want to comment on the post. You want to like both Two Average Guys and Pipeline Jerky on Facebook and or Instagram, preferably both. You'll see content on both platforms.
Just make sure you comment.
Comment and like/follow Pipeline Jerky and Two Average Guys. You're obviously already on Cornhusker Nation, so you're probably following them already, but give them a follow. But make sure you hit that like button, comment on the post, follow Two Average Guys, and follow Pipeline Jerky. Again, Pipeline Jerky's they already had a Black Friday deal. They're probably going to be dropping more deals coming through the pipeline. So definitely something to look out for. Again,
Especially leading up to Christmas.
by far, the best jerky, both beef and pork that I've ever had. Definitely something to eat your hands on.
You crack the bag open and it's just like,
The smell.
the smell is
Hits your
incredible.
nostrils. But the giveaway is not only an 8-pack of jerky, so you're going to get 4 honey barbecue, 4 peppercorn. You're also going to get a T-shirt thrown in there. So you're going to want to enter this giveaway. This is going to be amazing. I hope you guys enjoy it. Whoever wins is going to be amazing. We are going to announce the winner next Sunday.
Yes.
So we'll do another show next Sunday, and we'll do the giveaway. We'll do the giveaway at that time. So whoever the winner is, you are one lucky person because, I mean, this stuff is, seriously, I'm going to finish this whole bag sitting here. So
Get signed up. Because I like it.
Doesn't
Matt
matter.
likes it. Cat likes it.
Cat does like it. So we'll talk about this again. Again, the giveaway, 8 packs of jerky.
Brian likes it.
Brian likes it. 8 packs of jerky, a T-shirt, all in this giveaway. So one more time. Follow/like Two Average Guys and Pipeline Jerky on Facebook and or Instagram. Both would be great. And comment on the post that's coming out at 1:30. So again, I will put the post up. You'll see it at 1:30. Please make sure you comment on the post. All right.
Alright, I'm not sure which one I like better. But
Woo!
anyway.
They're so good. All right, so here we go. Let's talk a little bit more. We're going to switch gears real quick over to our coaching staff. We had a couple new coaches join the team. So we have Ed Foley, special teams coordinator. I don't think last week, I don't know if that was official yet, but I do believe his name was out there.
It was
Semi-official.
essentially unofficial, but official.
No, we did talk about special teams, but either way. Ed Foley, again, a good get for us. Tony White is the big one. Tony White
Yes.
is stirred up a lot of conversation around Nebraska football because of what he brings from Syracuse.
Honestly, all right, you go first.
So he's in his 17th season of coaching. Let's start there. So he has experience at Syracuse, Arizona State, and UCLA. So he was in his 4th season as defense coordinator in 2023. But what he did at Syracuse, defensive passing game coordinator at Arizona State, and then did recruiting at San Diego State. We talked about it last week, how all these coaches have their experience in recruiting, which is a big deal. The fact we're not just bringing in a few guys that have dabbled in recruiting; they've all been recruiting coordinators at some point along in their career. So that's a big deal. But he brings in, and a lot of the skepticism so far around him is the 3-3-5 defense.
Okay. I want to hear it, Jake.
Well, he's bringing a 3-3-5. We used to run a 4-3. We were very successful running a 4-3. And then Diaco comes in and decides we're going to do a 3-4. It's a 3-4. What I struggle with on the 3-4, and even we'll get to the 3-3-5, is you're looking at only 3 down linemen.
When you have 5 offensive Big Ten linemen that are 300 plus pounds that are running down your throat. Anyway, go on.
And that's the kicker. Is Big Ten football is not ACC football. It is not SWAC. It is not AAC. It is not any other conference. It's not any other conference in the country. Big Ten football is ground and pound, tight ends, blocking. Again, maybe Nebraska. We know Nebraska has not done a great job of all those things, utilizing our tight ends and really the ground and pound game for a long time. But that's where that pipeline jerky comes in play. But
Yes.
really want to make sure that people understand that this 3-3-5 isn't necessarily a bad thing. It is how you use the 3-3-5 defense. It is how you line guys up. Just because you only have 3 linemen down does not mean you cannot get creative on your blitzes. And does not mean you cannot get creative on the defensive side of the ball to ensure you are getting the pass rush. Because in Big Ten football, not only do you need to clog the line and win the line of scrimmage, but you have to push back and you have to get excited. So yeah, I mean it really is. There's a lot going on the defensive side of the ball. He's a good option. I like Tony White. I like what he's done at Syracuse. He was one of the top. They're one of the top defenses as far as rush defenses in the country, and we know that somewhere where Nebraska struggles.
Right.
Again, different conference, but I'm not skeptical. I'm going to be patient, just like I am all the other coaches, including Matt Rule, and seeing what he can do with our defense.
So, I was skeptical when I first heard the news, and then I did a little bit of digging into it, obviously, like anybody would. But I'm intrigued because, like you said, the blitz packages that you can bring, and you can just have, if he stays with us, like a Malcolm Hartzog, like he could be like someone I think that could get like so many sacks or pressures or forced fumbles, that type of thing.
Gifford,
just Gifford or Reimer, or like just got thinking about it. Just the possibilities I think are definitely outweigh the way that things have been for us because we don't get much pressure. We don't get much pressure on the quarterback, and so. I think that definitely seems more optimistic than what I thought originally and where we've been. So I'm actually genuinely intrigued about this. I'm just genuinely intrigued about this whole staff, with Matt Rule and all these other guys. I'm just intrigued to see how this plays out.
That's a really good way of putting it, just to be curious and see what's going to happen next because again, there's a lot of things that everyone's going to be skeptical of in the beginning.
And you're going to talk about it for the next 10 months. Yep. Everybody is. I'm going to.
So just a quick little thing about Syracuse in 2021.
Okay, let's see.
They allowed 330.3 yards per game, ranking 19th nationally, and then 16th in sacks, 3.1 per game. We don't get that many sacks per game.
3 sacks a game?
2016.
We maybe get a sack a game. Because I got a buddy that doesn't care about Nebraska football, and all he cares about is getting some Big Mac sacks. And so every time that we get a sack, he texts me, he's like, get a Big Mac sack.
Yep.
And it's rare.
But they also did better in the next season. They were top 35 in 5 major defensive categories, but defensive touchdowns, passing defense was 188.8 per game, 29th in total, which is 338.1 per game, and 35th in scoring, which is 22.7 and 2.5 sacks per game. So they were ranked 10th nationally in all those categories combined. So you look at that, I think it's a positive thing, and something that, again, all the skeptics out there and people are not happy about it, just wait. I think a lot of it's going to depend on who we bring in.
I'm also just more intrigued because, Frost obviously brought his whole staff in, and Chins was not good to start, and then he was decent in the middle there, but then kind of fell off the map. I just want to see like a good defensive coordinator work.
Yep.
His magic. Bring some players in, and yes, folks, it's going to take a minute or two to get players that we want. I saw Malachi Coleman. He had an official visit. Yes, he committed, decommitted, but he was, he was on campus yesterday, and he posted a picture, and we'll see. He could still come here, so it's gonna take some time, but I think it's gonna be a good thing.
He's gonna make the coaches do the work, and that's what coaches should do. If a guy decommits, he's still not fully like, hey, I'm not going anywhere else yet. Then you got to work. You got to put the work in to get him to come to your school. So he's still in the picture. Jamari Butler entered his name in the portal and came out of the portal. So
and he played in 12 games. He played in every game this year.
But so to me, that tells me that the coaches already talked to him.
Yes.
And so he throws his name in, and then boom, we get a defensive coordinator. Boom, he wants to come back. So
yeah,
that's a big deal.
When we hired that defensive coordinator, and guys are bouncing back from the portal, that's a good sign. And the fact that. We still don't know about a lot of players. We don't know about Casey Thompson. We don't know about Garrett Nelson. Yes, O'Shawn Mathis declared for the draft. I'm not really sure why, because he's not going to get drafted. I think he should have came back for another year. But that is what it is. He was a one and done. But we still don't know about some of these guys. But somebody like Garrett Nelson. I mean, if you come in, if you stay and get under this new defensive coordinator, I mean. He's already going to, in my mind, be drafted or at least play at the NFL level.
Yeah.
You can definitely boost your stock.
So again, I think we need to just be skeptical about him, but also intrigued and curious and wait and see, just like all these other coaches we're bringing in. So
yeah, I really wanted a 4-3. I really wanted a 4-3 defense this next year, but. Now I'm just intrigued.
So the other coach that is a lot of people are not happy about and really questioning is Raiola. How did Raiola get kept on staff for the offensive line? Jimmy, I'm going to hear your take before I give you
okay.
my take. What do you think? And what are your thoughts on it? Do you feel good about it? Do you feel bad about it? Let me know.
Okay. So when I heard it, I was definitely questioning why. Only because out of all the coaches we have on our staff, I thought he might be the last one that would have an opportunity to be retained.
Okay.
But after listening to a lot and doing my own research on it, you have to look at the bigger picture. So he was an NFL offensive lineman for the Bears, and Matt Rowe he's brought in a lot of NFL guys, and that doesn't mean absolutely anything. That's not even where I'm going with it. But he came in under an absolute mess with Coach Frost, and then the other 9 games were just trying to keep your head above water.
Mm-hmm.
He had Cam Jurgens leave and go to the NFL before this, that he had 2 years of eligibility left, so he probably figured he had Cam, but he didn't. He had Teddy get hurt and out for most of the season. Mm-hmm. Corcoran was hurt and probably didn't play up to his potential. Benart, and these other guys that are kind of walk-ons, or maybe they're scholarship guys, but they have never played up to their potential. I think he was kind of dealt a bad hand, if you ask me, and we really don't know much about him at this point. So I feel like he definitely at least deserves a chance to see what he can do under a new regime. So that's where I'm at. Where are you at?
He was brought in to fix a train wreck.
Yes.
From not just, again, it's not the guys on the line. It is not just who was on the line. It is fundamentals.
Well, and that's one thing I didn't touch on. Strength conditioning, development.
Yep. It's all the above. Fundamentals, strength conditioning, development. All that stuff was severely lacking before he got there, which, like Jamie says here, he's a fantastic coach. He only do so much when you have the injuries, suspensions, lack of development prior to him. That's where I'm at. I think there were so many issues that he came into the game, and those issues already existed. And his job was to try to fix those, and people are saying after 1 year you want him gone. I don't agree with that. I think he's got 2 more years, I think is what they said. So he's got time. Give him a little bit of time. Give him a couple years to get things under his belt. So essentially I think they extended him 1 year because his original deal was 2 years. Give him some time. New strength and conditioning coach, new defense coordinator, new offensive side coaches. I mean, there's a lot of things that are going to go into his play as a coach and how he wants to get these guys ready for the games. But strength and conditioning is going to be huge. His fundamentals and his development is going to be the next step.
And I also heard that he wasn't necessarily on the same page with the other coaches. As far as we've talked about it. Mark Whipple, he just wanted to throw the ball, and Raiola maybe wanted to play a 50-50 style of run pass game. And so I mean the offensive line was not very good. I would say there was a couple games where they actually were pretty decent.
Yeah.
Bryce Benhart, maybe not, but maybe that can get fixed. So I think that everybody was on different pages, and he really didn't have much say in it. So again, when it first happened, I was like, I'm not sure why that he would be the only coach that we had retained, but I'm cautiously optimistic about every hire that we have going.
Here's the other thing with Raiola that I think people need to understand. Not only is he a good coach, I want to, yes, the recruiting side, Ross, thank you for joining again. Really want to see him pull his weight on the recruiting side of things.
I totally agree.
Because we know we need an upgrade in the trenches. We do have to hit the portal for the trenches too, both sides of the ball. Offense, defense, we got to hit.
They had that number 1 offensive tackle in the country that was from Rhode Island. He was visiting this weekend. I know he's going to Oregon next week, and he'll probably go to Oregon. But we got to get guys like that.
Yeah.
Just somebody that makes a difference right off the bat, and it starts in the trenches.
Yeah, and I think you're right, Jamie. The scheme did not fit our line.
And that's basically what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
So that's very well put, Jamie. I think it's so tough because between Casey Thompson and Trey Palmer, I think the way that Whipple ran his offense, that definitely benefited Trey Palmer. And us at times. I mean, we won a couple games that way, but it just is not Nebraska football. It's not Big Ten football. So, yeah.
We relied way too heavily on 3 guys in the offense. Grant, Thompson, and Palmer. And we have so much. We do have again.
And when you're
you were going to disagree with us. We have the talent. The talent is there.
right,
It's severely underdeveloped. Strength and conditioning is not there, and the coaching. We once we get those things, if we have that figured out now with who we're bringing in, I mean, again, you have Washington. We had who was Castaneda, or whatever that left, that wide receiver that we had.
yeah, Isaiah Castaneda.
I mean, we have guys that have the talent to do great things. We were not using that talent because of who we tried to think, hey, we're going to rely on 3 guys to run this offense. You can't do that. And then you really are hoping.
And when you can't run the ball, Grant gets eliminated very quickly.
Yep.
And when Casey has nobody blocking for him, he gets eliminated very quickly.
Yes. So again, I think scheme plays a big part in how things went with our offensive line. So Millie is also a big fan of Pipeline Jerky.
She is.
Gave her a little bite. She wants more. So, but again, I think we have to make sure that we are, again, open as fans. We were the same thing when Frost came. I just want fans to just look at the team, look at the coaches, and say, you know what? Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. You might not like all the coaches. You might not agree with who he's bringing in. You might not agree with retaining Raiola. But we won't know until this coaching staff really hits the ground running. And there's a lot of pieces already there. Another thing with Matt Rule, I think we touched on it last week, is he has the portal, which he didn't have at Baylor. That was not a thing when he was at Baylor.
Right.
So now there's a big difference on how you recruit, where you're recruiting, and that's a big advantage to, I think, every school, and I hope him and his staff are going to take advantage of getting guys that are plug-in, ready to play right away, where we need them.
So the other thing
There's
is, guys, we've been very bad for a long time. So it might take 2, 3, 4 years. We gave this guy an 8-year deal. Like, let him do his thing. Do not be upset next year when we lose a game, or 2 years from now when we lose, a couple games in a row. This is going to take some time, and we got to just let it ride itself out, and then I think we're going to be pretty dang good.
I'm going to say yes and no to that. The 2, 3, 4 years I disagree with, only because the way college football is now, the way the portal, look at what Michigan State did when what's his bucket came over to coach, and they went 11-1.
Right, and then they sucked this year.
And it's because he used the portal the right way, but he got guys that were only going to be there for 1 year.
Yes.
So we get guys that have 2 to 3 years of eligibility in the portal, bring them in, develop them, build them up. We're not looking to come in and turn things around just for 1 year and have an 11-1 season and then crap from there.
Well, we need to fill holes that we need from the portal and then start developing. That's what I'm saying, like, it might take some time because we want to fill the needs so that we can, be competitive and win some games now.
Yep.
But we also need to develop guys so that we can be that Temple, that Baylor, 6-6 1 year, 11-1 the next, or 10-2 the next. That's where I'm going with it. That's what I want to see.
Nope, I get you. So, I think patience, just relax, and see what happens.
I mean, it's easy to say now because when the games start, when game 1 starts next year when we play Minnesota, I'm going to be like, we better win this game.
Yep.
And then we play Dion.
And Jamie, I think, we talked about it last week as well, but his previous last 2 college jobs, he had to break down completely to build back up. I don't think, and that's the thing, I don't think this is a complete breakdown of roster, complete breakdown of everything. I think it's a plug and play in some places, especially offensive side of the ball, offensive line. But
it also probably depends a little bit on Casey Thompson and Garrett Nelson, and some of the better players we have on offense and some of the better players we have on defense, if they stick around or not.
We don't know if Smothers is staying. We don't know if Harburg is staying. We haven't heard anything from the quarterback room, so there's a lot of things up in the air still. I'm going to say it again, and I think they've already maybe reached out. I'll check with my sources, that really close source to this, Nate Lance. We better be looking at him. Bring him in.
Right.
And Campbell and Ohio State refused to use him, and he should have been up there playing. And
agreed.
You can say all you want about his work ethic, about him knowing this and that. No. He's a guy that's ready to play football and ready to come in and make a difference. So hopefully we're looking at him as well. So yeah, it's not an overnight turnaround, Ross. Absolutely not. But it is something that if we can actively recruit and recruit well, we're not gonna be a long rebuild.
Well, and if you watched Matt Rule at PBA yesterday, I hope he's not all talk. I hope that those words, mean something down the road.
Yep.
Not only the video that I sent you guys, but he said it's our mission basically to get this thing turned around. And I know when Frost came in, he was kind of on his high horse, if you will, and he said like, I want to get this thing turned around, but he kind of sideways mocked the Big Ten, and it bit him in the ass, if you ask me.
Huh?
I don't think Matt Rule's doing that. I think he's going to go about this the right way, and that's why I think I like this hire. Like, I think a lot of people didn't really like it, but I think he understands that what it takes.
Yeah.
He's not just coming in here, boasting and, with some swagger, like, I got this. He's just like, I know what this is, and I know it's going to take some time. Let's just do it. And so I'm very, very excited moving forward.
By the way, guys, I finished.
It's so good.
It's
dude.
gone.
It's so good.
I'm sorry, Millie. I finished it. It's gone.
Honestly, that's probably better than this.
So, anyways, it's gone.
The honey barbecue is so good.
So, Pipeline Jerky, again, check it out. Pipeline-jerky.com. Go get yourself some jerky. Enter the giveaway.
Not that this isn't good.
So, one thing I want to touch on too, which has been all over the headlines of college football, is Deion Sanders. Husker fans, stop being so enthralled with what Deion is doing and thinking he's gonna get all of these 5-star players to come and play for him. One of two things: it's Colorado. It's still Colorado. 2, they're not in the SWAC anymore. He's going from the SWAC to the Pac-12. Again, not a huge high level of caliber of football per se. It's still a conference that is breaking down. You're losing teams going to other conferences, but it's Colorado. You gotta have guys that want to live in Colorado and play in Colorado.
He's getting some 5-star recruits. I mean, well played.
But is he? He's getting a lot of guys landing in the portal that people think he's going to play for him. But you know what Colorado just did like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, after hiring him? They had provisions on who could transfer to Colorado, what kind of credits they would take to get.
Well, that is a big thing that you don't really think about. I mean,
but
if you want to transfer from Alabama to Nebraska, I mean, you got to have a lot more credits than you think. But anyway, go on.
Well, it wasn't just the amount; it was what they would accept, what kind of credits. So now Colorado changed everything just because they brought Deion in on how they would change the way that what kind of credits they're accepting. Because it's
how is
not
that legal?
I don't think it's a hard process, for one. It was stupid they had it set up probably the way they did in the first place. But he says he's bringing 10 to 15 guys from Jackson State. He says, son, you're my starting quarterback.
Right.
And then he says you're going to have to earn it. No. You just named your son the starting quarterback. What quarterback is going to want to go and play at Colorado knowing they're going to be a backup? You're going to get a kid that's going to walk on, if he wants a walk-on quarterback, as a backup. That's all you're going to get. I will be absolutely shocked if any other quarterback goes there saying, I'm going to play. Because no, you're not. Deion already said his son is a starting quarterback. That's stupid. And that was also illegal because his son hadn't officially hit the portal yet. So, you want to talk some things that he's doing already that they're letting slide. That's not something you're able to do. So that's against the coaching rules.
Or against NCAA rules.
Well, you're not supposed to talk about recruits. You're not supposed to do a lot of things. He's already doing a lot of those things. So again, they're letting him slide with a lot. He's prime time. He cares a lot about himself. He's very self-centered, very self-absorbed.
Right.
He always was as a football player too. I'm a Cowboys fan. I know it. I love him as a Cowboy, but he's all about himself.
Well, and I know that there was plenty of Husker fans that wanted him as our coach. And honestly, if he's making noise, so he might be able to bring in some recruits. That could have happened here, but I just don't know that it would have worked here, and I just can't imagine that's going to work here.
You still got to get everybody to play together.
Yeah.
It's one thing
like
to bring in a star.
Like you said, I feel like he is a little bit too of a me guy a little bit self-centered. I just don't know that could work. I just think Matt Rule was probably definitely a safer play than a Dion. Call me wrong if 3-4 years from now Colorado's really good. You know, we have to play them in Dion's first home game, and I hope the place is red, and I hope we beat that ass.
And their ADs are like, do not sell tickets to Husker fans. They've said that the last 2 times we played them, or last home game we played them, they said don't.
It was 90% red. It was 90% red. Just saying.
So I don't care about that. What I care about is just Husker fans. Focus on the Huskers. There's one guy in particular, a couple guys in particular on Husker Power that cannot stop commenting on Coach Prime and Colorado Buffalo and what they're doing. Right. I don't care what Colorado's doing. I don't. Really? I care about what the Huskers are doing, what they're going to do. Colorado's the least of our worries. Colorado could go 12-0, and they're still probably not going to make the playoff because it's the Pac-12 and the competition. The competition is not. The competition is not what it's like in the rest of the country. They may or may not make. You don't know. But I just think there's a lot of things out there that people are so obsessed with when it comes to other teams, other coaches, other happenings. I don't care. I want to know what Rule and our coaching staff are doing to make our team better, to get us to go 12-0, get us to go 11-1, 10-2, 9-3, to do better than 4-8, 3-9. I want to do better. I don't care what Colorado's doing. I really don't. I don't hate Colorado like a lot of people do. Like, I was a kid in the 90s. I care less about Colorado. I care less.
They were always irrelevant.
Yes, they always will be irrelevant.
They always will be.
I don't care about Coach Prime coming there. They always will be irrelevant.
Well, and you know, just kind of talking about recruiting. You know, the first signee or commit, not signee. The first commit that Matt Rule had was, you know, a kid that not a lot of people were really very hyped about. Yep. He's a track kid. He runs like a 10-200 meter, which is very fast. He's a wide receiver and a DB. That's the type of player that Matt Rule is looking for. And then, boom, the next day he's got multiple other offers, and he's a 3-star. You know, he's a nobody, now he's a 3-star because we committed to Nebraska.
Yep.
So, I'm genuinely invested in seeing how the recruiting process is going to go over the next several years.
And again, you have guys that have coached at the NFL level. I don't care who you are. If you are a high school kid, I don't care where you coach at the NFL level. You have experience to get you there. You're bringing something to the table.
Mm-hmm.
And that's huge. Ross, you mentioned if we hired Coach Prime, would Raiola have been retained? No, he would have
absolutely not.
He came in and cleaned house day one. He's like, all these coaches are gone.
Not only his coaches, he came in and said, hey, players, you might want to out of the portal because I'm bringing my own guys.
Yeah, and look how well that worked out for Frost. Frost came in, cleaned house.
How could anybody be, yeah, exactly.
Brought his buddies.
How could anybody, like, be, invested in that or intrigued in that? Like, I'm going to come in and say, hey, everybody, you got to leave because I'm bringing in my own guys.
I know who I want. Yeah.
Those guys might not be that good. I mean, it just made me laugh.
Yep. So Jamie, you mentioned on the money. So they made this offer to him. He signed this contract apparently to coach, and they don't even have the money yet. Yes.
They don't. Their AD said that.
And he said the money's coming, which is hilarious.
And it probably is, but it's just funny.
You're gonna get all these sponsors coming in that are definitely gonna, or all these boosters apparently. I don't know. The money's gonna be there. Again, he's getting what, $5 million a year. Like, it's not a huge deal. He's not getting $8-9 million a year, which he doesn't need the money. The guy doesn't need the money.
No,
Colorado, you're looking at, if you have guys transferring from like an Alabama or a Notre Dame to Colorado, they're going to be severely disappointed in the facilities. The facilities at Colorado are not what you have at some of these other Big Ten, even Notre Dame, SEC schools. You're not coming into that type of facility. And the field itself does not seat a lot of people. So
Boulder's tight. Boulder cool. But yeah, I mean, it's not. Like you said, facility-wise, it's going to be underwhelming.
Well, and in the Pac-12 alone, there are other facilities in the Pac-12 that are outweigh Colorado big time.
Well,
So
USC and UCLA are also coming to the Big Ten.
exactly, but again, like
There's
UCLA,
reasons why. There's reasons why they are.
Yeah, and it's not just a one sport thing. Like they have other sports that are very good. They're going to fit well in the Big Ten. So
And Colorado's not good in any sport.
So yes, he comes in. Everybody hit the portal. Coaches, you're gone. Bring in my own guys. Again, Frost may not have said hit the portal to the players, but he basically is like, hey, coaching staff, you're gone. Bring in all my own guys. He brought his own buddies. Deion's bringing his own buddies from the SWAC. Congratulations on your 12-0 season, but you're playing with different guys now. These guys that you play with at Jackson State, commit to an HBCU, that's great. And I love what you did at Jackson State is increasing those facilities, making them better, and getting individuals to come and play for an HBCU. But how many of those guys would have been at an Alabama, at even Nebraska? How many of these guys were recruited to other D1 schools? It's a lot different football you're coming to.
And I think he actually did a really good job at that school, that community, to kind of build up a bad spot in the state of Mississippi. But like you said, how many of those guys are going to be able to, come here and make a difference, or come, go and make a difference? He's cool, he's fun, but is he the best?
He's flashy.
Yeah, he's flashy.
And again, like Jamie says here, how many times did he say, I'm coming?
Well,
he's obsessed with telling people, I am coming.
And that's why I think people were kind of intrigued for him to come here, but I didn't want it, and I'm glad it didn't happen.
That is all he says.
And now he went to Colorado, and of course, we're going to play them in his first home game.
And I hope we make an example. I hope we come with fire. I hope we get that W. I hope we see a lot of red in that stadium. I know we will, because not only Husker fans do we travel well, doesn't matter who we're playing, where we're playing, but against Colorado, the red's going to be there. And guess what? Colorado fans are not going to sell out that stadium and not allow Husker fans to come in. It's not
I genuinely want to go.
That's probably the one stadium as a Husker fan I don't want to go to. That's the one place I don't want to go.
The fans would be absolutely terrible.
I'm kind of fat and slow, guys. Like I can't run that fast, but I'll throw down. But I ain't running away from bombs or anything.
Making battery bombs out of snowballs and urine bombs.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't want to go there.
Yeah, I mean you're generally just hated because you're a Husker fan. So whether you're a nice person or not. So Husker fans are coming, Ross, 100%. Man, guys, I finished that whole jerky. That was delicious.
I haven't finished it yet, but I'm genuinely torn on which one I like better, because they are both amazing. This one gives a solid after kick that I'm still feeling right now.
Yep. So Jimmy's not sure which one what one likes better. The best part about that, Jimmy, you don't have to decide. You don't. Both. You can order both.
I'm gonna order both. I'm honestly gonna order both. And I don't know who I'm gonna give it to for Christmas. I might keep it myself. Might give half to somebody, half to myself. I don't know.
Yeah. So again, jerky's fantastic. Get yourself some. Enter the giveaway. The post is up on both Cornhusker Nation and Two Average Guys. It's gonna be up on Instagram here shortly. But definitely get out there. Give Pipeline Jerky a like. Give us a like. Follow us follow us on Instagram, Facebook. Same thing with Pipeline Jerky. Comment on the post on Facebook or Instagram to get yourself entered into this giveaway. Great deal. 8 packs of beef jerky and a T-shirt. That's incredible.
It's the easiest thing you can do.
That's a $75 deal right there.
It's so good I can't even describe it.
So even if you don't win the giveaway, go on again, get that order
and then order.
It's fantastic. So a lot of good deals, great guys running over there, running this Pipeline Jerky. So
yeah, they're great.
Give them a shout, give them feedback too, man. Shout out once you get it, once you start eating it, give them a shout out on social media. Again, that's how a lot of these businesses are thriving early on, and they're once they kick in and get going, is the feedback. They get those stars, they get people commenting about it, they get people eating it, showing up on social media. So get up there, support Pipeline Jerky, local. It's local, it's out of Lincoln. And also you're supporting the offensive lineman. Somewhere where we know that we need to improve. So get out there and support.
It's called the Pipeline, bro.
It's called the Pipeline, bro. So again, a lot of really cool things going down right now over at Pipeline Jerky. So Thank you guys for sending us some jerky to try and to promote on the show. Very, very excited to have you on, have this partnership to be able to promote and tell people, you know, to go eat some of this stuff.
If you need a last minute gift, definitely send this to somebody because they will thank you.
Yeah, and you'll want to order sooner. Again, if you're in the local area, you're Omaha, Lincoln, you're going to get it before Christmas. Sorry if I just guaranteed that pipeline jerky, but they get it out pretty quick to you. So get your order in, get out there, get it before Christmas, get that under the Christmas tree. Make sure you don't have any dogs or cats because they're going to tear into that present really fast.
Oh, they are? Because both mine ate it during the show.
Put it somewhere where your cats and dogs cannot get it because they will rip into it. But absolutely delicious food. Delicious jerky. Thank you, Pipeline Jerky, for allowing us to taste that and do a giveaway for you.
Yeah, cool. It was fun.
But yeah, so thank you. Thank you guys for joining today. Got my Sea Boston.
Who said that was going to happen?
Sea Boston toss here. Gonna get this beer going. I don't have anything else to talk as far as Huskers. I think there's a lot to still learn about what we're bringing in and who we're keeping. So keep your eyes on the radar there. The other thing I'll say real quick about Raiola.
Yes, please tell me.
Keeping Raiola potentially gives us a chance to land his nephew and take him away from Ohio State.
And I think that was potentially one of the reasons why we did keep him. I forgot to mention that earlier.
Among other reasons that he's not a bad coach. So I think it's a smart move, and we didn't give him a long-term deal. He's got some time to get at the offensive line, but I think if we want his nephew, that might be a good pull to get him back in.
And like you said, not a long-term deal. I think that could potentially be, one of the reasons why we kept him, and if anything, just kind of try and see how things go.
Because is Raiola is he 23? Is he this next season, or is he 24 the following season? Can't remember where he's at in high school.
I'm not entirely sure.
I can't remember.
I'll have to check it, but
look that up.
I can't check it because my phone's.
But either way, I think that is a poll as well where we could potentially see Raiola come and play for Nebraska now rather than Ohio State. Not only with the new coaching staff, but because his uncle is here.
Yeah.
So just throwing it out there. So last time we're gonna tell you, I'm gonna take this one.
I'm gonna show his jerky now.
So again, we got honey barbecue, we got peppercorn, Pipeline Jerky on Facebook, on Instagram, pipeline-jerky.com. Get yourself some.
If you like jerky, this is through the roof. It is better than any jerky I think I've ever had. Just saying.
It is. Again, I've said the same thing. I don't need a lot of jerky because I'm not a huge fan of it. And as soon as I opened this up, I was like, oh man, dangerous, very dangerous. You're gonna keep ordering this, so make sure you put some money aside from your paychecks just for Pipeline Jerky. There's your goal, right there. So, what you need to do, I post one out at 1:30, both on Cornhusker Nation, Two Average Guys. It's going to go up on Two Average Guys Instagram here shortly. Pipeline Jerky will share it as well. What you want to do is you want to comment on the post. You want to follow Two Average Guys. And you want to follow Pipeline Jerky. It could be on Facebook, it could be on Instagram, it could be on both. But if you already follow us, you already follow Pipeline Jerky, all you got to do is like and comment. Just throw a comment out there. All you gotta say is, I want some jerky.
Love you guys. I want some jerky.
Best podcast around. I mean, it's pretty simple. We think we're a lot of fun.
I finished the bag.
This is not gonna last. This is bad, guys.
Wow, that's incredible.
It's so good. So, we're gonna stop right there before we really get into this and can't stop eating the jerky.
If we did another show, we'd probably gain 100 pounds. So.
Thank you, Pipeline Jerky, for supplying us with the jerky to talk about our show today. We'll do that giveaway next Sunday. You know what to do. Yeah. We'll continue to promote it throughout the week.
Let's go.
Let people know how to enter. Once we get our full list of names from Pipeline Jerky and from Two Average Guys, we'll go ahead and do the giveaway. Again, next Sunday, more than likely, same time, 1 o'clock. We'll talk as a team here, make sure that works. But 1 o'clock next week, plan on it. We'll continue to post throughout the week. Get yourself some jerky and a t-shirt, and you're good to go. Got anything
Yeah,
else?
that's all I got. That's all I got.
That's all I got. Pipeline Jerky, thank you so much again.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
Thanks, Zach.
Also to the Killians for allowing us to use the Cornhusker on our show. So, go Big Red. Go back rule.
Go Big Red.
Rule the trenches.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's finish up with some music.
Go Big Jerky.
Go Big Jerky.